Good evening. Good evening, Smith. Good evening. Good evening, Jessica. Good evening, Oluwaseun. Good evening. How was your weekend? How are we doing? Yeah. Good evening, Jessica. Okay. Oh, you know why it's taking others time to join the class? Only four here. There are only four here. Let me go to the. Okay. Welcome, Genesis. Welcome. Oh, two others have joined. Okay. Good evening, Jessica. Okay, welcome everyone. Hope we had a wonderful weekend. And I hope there is no one here that have not done his or her assignment. Let me just guess. Let me just delete so that no one here has done his assignment. Good evening, Genesis. What about your brother Revelation? Um. Okay. Ah, Genesis. What? The two of the assignments you have done none. Is it two? It's three. You have done none. Ah, please, tell tell Revelation to help you and do your assignment. I beg. Revelation should help you. Uh, uh, we are moving. We are moving fast. Today we'll be handling module three, and I beg will make you help you. If Genesis can, if Revelation cannot help you, Living to cause should. Living to cause is there to help you. Or you rather open Proverbs so that okay. Today we're moving to model three. Yeah, so uh Oluwaseun, you didn't understand the assignment. Which one do you not understand? Is it the first assignment or the 2 second assignments? Which particular one? And did you attend the all the classes? Or even though you didn't attend, did you go through the YouTube recorded videos? The three. Which one is the three? Like everything. You don't understand everything. Hey, voila, time rapper. Did you come to the class? Like, did you attend the three classes at all? The two classes at all? Do you attend it? Ah, oh God. You people should be making things easier for us. I know that whenever I'm done with any class, I will ask, do you have any question? So that it will be addressed there immediately before moving over to the next thing. Where will I start from three assignments? Start explaining now. I know I used to ask, is there any question before we before we end the class? But nobody used to ask me. And I've said, if you have any question, you can come to my. You know what will happen? Is she the only? Is he or she? Oluwaseun, are you? Please, is he or she the only one that didn't understand the assignment? So we know where we are moving. Okay. The first assignment is um write write about your audience persona. You know when we did identifying your audience when we talked about your audience, that knowing your audience has solved like quarter to half of your social media problem. Now the assignment is you should Identify your audience using audience persona, which is two method of audience persona, which is the demographic and the psychographic method. The demographic method, I want you to tell me like a raw semi-fictional data, like tell me you age, the likely age of your audience, the age. For example, I give, if you're dealing with, if you're a graphic designer and you want to sell a course on graphic designer, on graphic design, you should know that the audience that you are dealing with are people, are youths. So people from maybe from age bracket of 18 to 30 or 40 or so. So tell me your brand, tell me the demographic. Like I send the document and you can also browse, it's not limited to that. So tell me their age, their gender, their location, possibly their income, where you can find them. Then we're talking about the psychographic. Here you now find what are their problem, like their problem that you want to solve by bringing in your course. What do they believe in? What are their value? What are their interests? What are their pain points? So that is for the first assignment. Then the second assignment is write your brand story. So write about your brand story. If you don't have a brand, maybe a friend or so, write about your brand story in the sense of how you started, how everything has been. Then the last assignment is write your journey so far on skill to skill. As how has the all the lesson, all the courses impacted your life? What do you learn? What are you practicing? And so that's the three assignments. Do you understand now, Oluwaseun? Do you understand, so that we can move over to what we have? Okay. Who else doesn't understand the assignment? Please speak now. Okay. Oh, you're welcome. So I'll be expecting your assignment today or tomorrow, right? Oluwaseun, I'll be expecting your assignment. Okay, let's just start. Okay. The assignment is on the group. Go to the page group. The assignment is on the page group. Which man? The assignment is on the page group. Bye. Please, can everyone see my screen? Can you see my screen? Okay. Okay. For module 3, uh, okay. For module 3 is article and blog writing for social media. Article and blog writing for social media. If you have been online, you hear about article. If in as much as you might not have seen one, but you have heard about article, writing an article, and blog, blog posts, bloggers. This blogger is dragging this person is dragging this person, blog and others. So, what is an article? An article is a formal piece of writing that gives information, analysis, or an opinion about a specific topic. Okay. Let's leave the big let's leave the big English and break it down. An article is a formal piece of writing that gives information, analysis, or about a specific topic. Articles are often structured, well researched, and written for publications like newspapers, magazines, online news websites, or platforms like LinkedIn. Excuse me, please. Okay, sorry for the interruption. An article is a formal piece of writing, like I said. Article Articles are not like storytelling. Articles are structured in the sense that it has a heading, it has a body, and it has the concluding part. And articles are research structured. For example, you can see articles in newspaper, you can see articles in blog, even social media platform. Yes, everything we are teaching you is based on social media platform. You can find articles on LinkedIn where somebody will bring about a particular topic and write extensively on it. Maybe bring about climate change and write a detailed work about climate change, what it is, how it affects the economy, types of it, if it has, and everything about climate change. That's what an article is. Writing extensively on a topic. When you're talking about article, this is not where you use storytelling. This is not where you talk about how Ada did this. This is not where you use cliches or well, this is where you are professional, where you write like a professional actually. You bring about a topic and you write extensively on it. So that's what article is. According to the definition, it is well researched and is structured. For example, a story, you can start from the end and now explain the beginning. But article, you should start by giving us the title, explaining the title, then writing every other information you want below, maybe in the body, and then the concluding part. So that's it. Moving over to the key features of an article. One is that I staying here. I'm having class. Okay. There are key features of an article. One is that it's a formal tone. Is a formal tone is unlike storytelling that you can be informal, you can talk about your friends and your loved one. Here you are being professional, you are telling us that climate change does this, does that, what is okay. Um if you have maybe in your secondary school you have done any written piece like in form of competition, maybe they would tell you to write about even a debate. Yes, even a debate is a form of an article because you are being professional. Teachers why teachers are better than farmers? Writing on topics like that, you are being professional, you are being formal, you are explaining a topic, a particular concept, you are explaining it extensively. So there are people on social media, if you go through their pages, you will not see storytelling. You will not see them writing caption. You see them talking about research work they have done. Oh, talking about this. I did a research on this, and this. Mostly where you find that kind of piece of writing very well is on LinkedIn. Yeah, where someone will tell you, I did a research on this, my research findings are that and this. Or they'll bring out a particular topic, AI, they'll talk on AI. So language is usually professional and neutral. Another one is that it uses clear structure. Articles usually have an introduction, a body, which is main point of argument, and a conclusion. And the next one is the purpose. It has a clear structure, which you start with the introduction, you write the body, and you write the conclusion. The body is not. This doesn't mean that an article has three paragraphs where you write the introduction, body, and the conclusion. No, it's just telling you like the format it uses. Introduction, maybe it might have more than one paragraph where you are introducing the concept. Then the body might be you listing the types and explaining it. Then the conclusion. Then the purpose. Article is not there to entertain you. Articles are not for entertainment. Articles are to inform. Articles are there to educate you or persuade the reader about a subject, to tell them about a subject, to educate them about something. So that to inform, educate, or persuade reader about a subject. Now, examples of an article: a newspaper article about the effects of social media on teenagers, a LinkedIn article about maybe top 5 career mistakes to avoid in your 20s, a research-based article about the benefits of digital marketing for small business. I don't know, this my link is no longer working again. Okay, simple way to remember. An article is like teaching or reporting something important to a broad audience in a clear, formal way. So the easier way to remember what an article is that it's like teaching or reporting something important to a broad audience in a clear, formal way. Having established that, what is a blog? A blog is a more personal and conversational piece of writing, which usually published on a website or blog platform. When we did our first class, I showed you guys what a blog looked like. Yes, and you can see some pieces, some write-ups. It was a woman that talks about motherhood, raising child, like lifestyle. So the blog that I showed you on the first day, that's write-up. Then you now see write-up. Some are like storytelling, where she talks about her life of her and her children, maybe their day. Then you see some where she might maybe talk about extensively on topic, maybe family planning, writing an article on family planning. So one thing about blog is that it is semi-fictional. Yes, you can write stories as blog, you can write articles as blog. You understand? You can write stories as blog, you can write articles as blog. Some bloggers that you usually carries information online. Most of them write on the latest news in the form of an article. Some people that their blog post is all about their journey. So they might employ the use of storytelling. So blog can take any kind of shape. It can be formal, it can be informal. So the best way to explain it is semi-formal. Yes, it's a semi-formal kind of writing. So blog can still educate, blog can inform, blog can entertain. Yes, blog can entertain, but they often show the writer's personal voice, style, and opinion more clearly. So it's based on what you believe or what you want your blog to look like. Some use their blog to pass message, to send information on the latest news in town. Some use their blog to share their personal experience, their life, and everything. So key features of a blog is that one is casual. It uses casual or semi-formal tone, like I told you guys. Blogs can sound like you are talking to a friend or telling a story or giving an information or writing an article. So it can take any shape. I need to find this blog now. I have to go back to my module one. If I'm to show you what a blog look like. Now, another one is flexible structure. It has a flexible structure, unlike article that already has a standard way of writing. It must be formal. It has an introduction, the body, and the conclusion. Article has flexible structure. While blogs still need an introduction and body, they don't have to be very strict. The writer has freedom to be creative. Here you can use any figure of speech that you want. He sings as a bird, he flies as a this one. But in an article, you can't use those kind of words. You have to be neutral and professional in what you write because you are trying to pass a message, not entertain your audience. And purpose. So I told you guys some writing difference, like their difference is in their purpose. So to share experience, to educate, to entertain, to promote a product, yes, you can use your blog to promote products, like a landing page or a sales page. You can use your blog to promote your products, talk about your product, or build a personal brand as you like. But we are now saying that article is for few specific purpose, which is to educate people about a certain thing. Example of what a blog top it's a blog topic can be like my adventure in Paris, a fitness blog called 5 easy exercise you can do at home, a motivational blog post on how I overcame my fear of public speaking. And simple way to remember what a blog is that a blog is like sharing a story or advice from your personal experience, but with a word online. Your personal experience, maybe you want to make it formal. Your personal experience, maybe you want to make it informal, is your choice. Remember that a blog is not inside like any social media platform. A blog is like a website. You have a web. Time is running. Okay, let me know if I can find the one blog link in case. Okay. Okay. See what a blog looks like. Now, see this one, holiday auntie. See, uh, see this one. Now, see, this one is kind of personalized. When it comes to low cost gift giving, I always love throwing something sentimental in a frame. So this is what a blog looks like. Having a personal website where you pour out your heart, where you write as you want, then send the links to your audience to read. So does this what a blog look like? This is what a blog look like. So we can now continue with our class. But an article. I don't know if I can find any article on LinkedIn. Let me check. Mm, mm, mm. Let me see. Let me know if I can find any article on LinkedIn. Mm. Are you still with me? I'm trying to know if I can find any article. Wait. Mm. The articles I'm seeing here. The articles I'm seeing. Okay, let me see this one. Let me see this one. This is okay. Look at, but this one is um this thing. The format for an academic research article where you write the title. Most people here that are graduates, if you have done your final year project, you always see something like title, abstract, introduction, methodology, and all that. I'm trying to find like a written article where someone talk about a particular stuff. Trying to find. Hey, I have time again. Oh. Hmm, let me see if I can call this. Ah, well, today I want to show article. I'm no longer seeing anyone. This is not it. Let me see. Okay. To an extent, you can call this an article. Yeah. The AI tools that will blow up your visibility in 2026. Then she went on explaining some AI tools. You can call this the body, call this the introduction, and the ending. But is not, but this is what partially an article looks like. It's just that it's not exclusive. Let's go back to the class. There was one girl I'm looking for that is good in posting articles. So let's just go back to our class. Mm, 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 okay, if you're not on LinkedIn, that's what a LinkedIn platform looks like actually. So let's using that AI tools, for example, talking about the AI tools that will help people in 2026 is such like an article where you explain all the AI tools. So hard is like an article, just like the ending part that doesn't resonate well. Then the blog that I showed you people. Now moving on, how long form content boosts engagement. Blog and articles are long form content, and also not on in online. You post your post is either long or is short. So when it's long, it's called long form content. When it's short, it's called short form content. Uh, so what is long form content? Long form content is any content that is more detailed and usually longer than 600 to 800 words, such as in-depth articles, blog, case studies, or even long LinkedIn posts or Facebook posts. So that is what you call a long form content. For example, that content I showed you people is a long form content. Yes, because it's long. It's usually longer than 600 or 800 words. In-depth article is an example of long-form content. So blogs and articles are long-form content because long. Now, how does long-form content boost engagement? Some people don't like writing long-form content. They will tell you that people don't read it. But actually, some people still read long form content. One thing that will make your long form content readable is how well you make it readable. Yes, how you break it, how you use the necessary emojis, how you put bullet points, how you put your words into paragraph, and how you write according to context. So people read long form content depending on that. Okay, but that AI, this thing I showed you guys, if you are someone that is interested in AI and you want to know the AI tool that will help you in 2026, won't you go through that content? So it depends on what the kind of value you are giving out. Is that content valuable? How well did you break it down? Is it readable? Is it easy to read? Did you jam pack it? So even though your content is valuable and you didn't present it well, it will bore your audience. So what are the importance of long form content? One is that it builds deeper connection with the audience. Short posts are good. They are good for quick entertainment, but long posts give you the space to tell stories, to explain ideas, and show your personality. When people spend more time reading your words, they feel emotionally connected to you or your brand. Like I don't know her name again. I'll be his name. The assignment I read today, like person that did that story should not give up on storytelling. You did well. I was seeing her brand play off, like all her story play off in my head. So it made me resonate and like connect with what she does. She was good with words actually, and she did the way she was breaking it. Some people are just good writers. The way she was breaking it down, I love how she broke her content down in a way that's easy to read and her use of words. So it builds deeper connection with your audience. When you, for example, you wrote online, stay motivated, but a long form content could tell the full story of how you stayed motivated through to a hard time, which moves and inspire readers more deeply. So a Facebook post will tell you stay motivated, but a long post will tell your audience how you stayed motivated, like the tough times, how you're able to hold up, and the results you got from being motivated. It will help them to resonate and to build deeper connection with you. The next thing is that it increased time spent on your page. Yes, it increased time spent on your page, and it makes the algorithm to favor you. Because if you write a long form content, let's say that is 1 minute or 2 minutes read, and every audience that is reading on your content stays up to 2 minutes or 3 minutes reading your content online, Facebook, the algorithm will push your content as being valuable because of the time people spend on it. You understand? So long form content also increases the time spent on your page. If you just write stay motivated, okay, even when I'm scrolling, I've just seen stay motivated, I'll just scroll. But when that I see that long form content, I would take time to read through how this person stayed motivated through tough times and everything. So it makes me spend much time in your page reading, and another person will spend more time reading, so another is doing and another is doing. Algorithm will push your content and it will be labeled as a valuable content. I don't know, I don't know if any one of us have received this message on Facebook. If you are constant with posting on Facebook, is that you post, they will send you a notification that they appreciate your post as being valuable. And this, I don't know if you have received any notification like that from Facebook. That's why how much you put up your content there. So longer time equals better performance in the algorithm, and more people seeing your content. More people seeing your content. The next one is that it shows expertise and authority. It shows expertise and authority. When you dive deep into a topic, people realize you know your stuff. They start seeing you as an expert, and they are more likely to comment, share, or save your post for future references. Okay, for example, you want to write on stay motivated, and you just okay. Let's picture these two example. Someone wrote stay motivated, and the other person did a good, like, did a long content on how to stay motivated, way to stay motivated, and how to handle tough times where even when you are getting weak or down. Between these two motivational speakers, who will you likely listen to when you need motivation to keep on moving? It's not the other person that did a long content on it. So that's what long content, writing long content online makes you. It makes you look like an expert in what you do. Imagine you okay, I think one of us there is a virtual assistant. You write about what virtual assistant is all about and tools that virtual assistants use. And someone is looking for a virtual. Someone came online and write, "I'm a virtual assistant," and you write about what a virtual assistant is all about, the tools a virtual assistant use to assist their clients and everything. Between these two people, who are you going to employ? Is it the person that wrote "I'm a virtual assistant," or someone that explained extensively, that explained what virtual assistant is all about? So it shows expertise and authority. When you dive deep into a topic, people realize you know your stuff. They start seeing you as an expert, and they are more likely to comment, share, or save your post for future references. Another one is that it encourages more comment and discussion. Yes, long form content encourages more comment and discussion. That stay motivated. Maybe what you be getting will be thank you. But the other person that wrote about, say, you see a long comment. You see people, but what if you are going through this and you don't know how to handle it? How can you still stay motivated? You reply the person, okay, what if this? You will see that you get more comments when you write a long form content than when you write a short form content. Now, people love to share their opinion, especially after reading something thoughtful. A well-written long-form post often ends with readers thinking. Now, the fifth one, the last one, but not the least, is that it can be repurposed easily. It can be repurposed easily. Now, let me tell you guys the reason why I told you to. The first, the last assignment I gave you guys was to. First is to write on your brand story, and the second one is to write your journey on skills. Okay, your brand story, I said you should add lesson to it, and the other one is your brand story. Now, that's your brand story that you did that has lesson on it. You are going to repurpose it, like you're going to restructure it into a carousel. I know that we have learned how to design. You have learned graphic design. Now, I want you to break down your brand story into a carousel, in the sense that you will write out the important lessons from that story you did, from that your brand story, and put it in a graphic format. Okay. Let me show you guys what I mean, because it's the assignment. Let me show you guys what I mean. Okay, is your brand story. You can start with lessons I've learned running my brand. Yeah, for this first slide, lessons I've learned running my brand. Maybe one will be I've learned how to be authentic or how to manage audience. It doesn't have to be long. It doesn't have to be long, just maybe one line or two lines. I've learned how to but it depends on what is on your story, on your brand story. I've learned how to understand people. I've learned how to treat audience. I've learned how to live within my needs. I've learned how to save. Any slide, the slide is as many as you want, or as small as you, anyhow you want it. So I want you to start with the lessons you have learned running your brand. If you look at the assignments I'm giving you guys, these are assignments that will help your brand. So imagine you did this kind of thing and you post it online. I'll look for samples of what the past students have done, and I will send it. I will send it to the group. I'll send it to the group. So that's one of the ways of repurposing the long form content. A long form content, you can you can break it to be a quote, you can break it to be a carousel, infographics, you can turn it to a reels in the sense that you can write a short script from that your brand story lesson, and that's it. So you do a video on it. Moving on, formatting for readability on social media. For kind of like editing your work, your long form content. When writing for social media, how you present your content is just as important as what you see. That is it. Even though your words is so inspiring that if someone reads it, oh, their life will be transformed. If you did not post it well, people will not read it. If you did not break it well, if you jam pack all your writing, no paragraph, hey, what, people will not read it too. Let's just be truthful. If you are posting, you put yourself in your audience shoe. If I'm the one that see this kind of write up that has no paragraph, like everything is just so jam-packed. Will I read it? You use yourself as an example to know if your audience will read it. Now, how to the edits that you have to do is use short paragraph, break your writing into small digestible chunks. On social media, people are scanning and not reading like in school. People are scrolling online, they are scanning, they are just doing zoom, zoom, zoom. They are not reading like in a school. It's not your write-up that they will read and pass an exam. They are just reading it to keep themselves pumping or be entertain themselves. For example, look at a bad example of, look at this. Starting a business is hard, but look at the way it was jam-packed. Now, look at this. In this good example, if you scroll, if you do not get anything, at least you saw business, at least you saw energy, at least you saw serious. Now, if the person is scrolling and the person sees a keyword, something that struck them, like maybe the person is looking on how to invest in a business or save in a business, and the person sees something like business, that business alone we help them, we make them to stop scrolling and read and know if this is the topic of what they need. So stop making your content to be jam-packed. Break it like this. Even this one that is here now, if I'm to post this, unless it's just this few line, if I'm to write more things to this thing, I'll still break this one into paragraph. Make your content so easy to read. It's so nobody takes a trophy for suffering or for making things hard for people. Make your content so easy to read. Use headings and subheadings. Headings organize your content. They tell the reader what's coming next and keep them interested. And keep them interested. See, it's not compulsory to use headings for your write-ups. But for me, I love to use headings. Why I love to use headings is like I love to use catchy headings that will make people to read. Then my my heading plus my hook will catch mm, my audience. Sometimes I used to use tricky, in let's say it's not tricky, like something like is unbelievable. For example, I'll use, do you know that a hungry man is not an angry man? Yeah. Something that kind of like shakes the narrative, like what people already know. Do you know that a patient dog no longer eats the fat bone? Maybe I want to talk on something, but your heading will be resonating with like what you write, like your content. But heading has a way of, especially if you do it catchy, or five five reasons why your post doesn't gain engagement is a heading. You Why you fail is because you do this. How to make it in 2026. Headings as a way of grabbing people. Now, heading headings and subheadings, like he said. Okay, I've talked on that. Use bullet points and numbered lists. Bullet point in the sense of maybe point or kind of emojis when you are trying to explain things that have numbers. People love lists because they are fast to scan. Bullets or numbers make content less intimidating. Instead of writing a big paragraph about tips for better sleep, you can break it into a list. Sleep at the same time daily. Instead of telling us, if you sleep at night, if you sleep at night without offing your light, this one will happen to you, that one will happen to you. If you sleep at night without drinking water, this one will happen to you, this one will happen. Why don't you just make it in a more easier way? 5 tips for better sleep. 1, sleep with your light off. 2, drink water, be hydrated. 3, do this, cover yourself while sleeping, or stuff like that. It will make people to get the message, unlike when you just jam pack the information. Now, structuring and writing social media articles. Okay, for writing articles, we say that it is a structured piece. It's a structured piece, and we are not talking about the article we are talking on is social media articles. Yeah, social media articles, because they are articles that you send to people, sent to newspaper that are on newspaper. There's articles that is being sent to international journals, that are posted on journals, the articles that are posted on blogs. So articles that you can post on social media platforms like Facebook or LinkedIn or Twitter. One is, give your article a heading, give it a headline. The one we read talk about, it was the AI in 2026, some AI tools that will help you in 2026. So give your your title, have a title actually. Have a title. We have talked about your title can be numbers, you using numbers, or strong adjective or question when possible. For example, 5 simple ways to boost your personal brand. Why most startups fail? Are you making this common fitness mistakes? And now have an introduction, have a hook that hook your audience. Is still social media. In as much as you're writing an article, you are still on social media. You have to still grab people's attention. You still have to make someone to stop scrolling and read your content. It might not necessarily be a storytelling where like mm, maybe like, for example, that's our AI tools that will work in 2026. Do you know why? Maybe you start with, you might not make it in you might not make it in the digital space in 2026 if you don't know about, or you don't know how to use this following AI tools. You have already given them a hook. That fear of, so if I don't know these AI tools, I'm not going to make it in the digital space. I beg, let me read and know the AI tools that are required for me to make it in the digital space. So good headings. Good introduction should start with a question, a surprising fact, or a bold statement. Okay, for example, do you know that over 80% of small business fail within the first 5 years? But it's not because they don't have a good product, it's because they don't have the right marketing plan. In this article, I will show you how to build a marketing strategy that works. So these are the kind of openings you can also use. Then the body, the next one is the body. This is now where you deliver the message of value in an organized, easy to read way. You now break it into sections, use bullet points, use short paragraph. Now this is now where the main writing is being done, and this heading, these subheadings is, for example, you are talking about how to build a marketing strategy for your online space. Then maybe the first paragraph or the first head, we are talking about why you need a marketing strategy. The second paragraph might be the 3 steps to build a winning strategy, the common mistake. Then the next one is common mistakes to avoid. Then the final notes. Because it is a social media, because you are writing article on a social media platform, you are not writing it in a newspaper, you are not writing it in a journal, you are not writing it in a blog, you're writing it on social media. It is necessary you use the call to action. It is necessary to use a call to action. Your call to action, it can be in the form of a question that will make them to, that will spark up conversation in the comment section. You might tell them, invite them to share their thoughts. Have you experienced this? How do you handle it? Have you used any of these AI tools? How effective are they? So, and maybe you encourage them to download, visit or a link or follow you. Maybe you wrote the article and you have a link to your blog where you post articles like that. You can post it there and ask them to follow. Now, okay, repurposing blog content for social media, or rather repurposing long form content for social media. What does repurposing mean? It simply means taking one piece of content and turning it into different form so you can use it across social media platforms. Breaking your long form content to carousel, breaking your long form content to getting a quote from it, writing a script from it, editing it and posting it again. So that's what repurposing is all about. Why repurpose your content, your long form content? Because creating a great blog post or creating a great long post takes time and energy. So why use it only once? Why use it only once? Breaking down articles or long form content for carousels and video content. For carousels, which you can use on Instagram and LinkedIn or Facebook, this is our assignment. That's content you use. Anyone you want, your brand story. I told you guys to write on two story, your brand story and your journey on skill to scale. So that your brand story, I want you to get points from there and use it, um, create graphic and put it in it as a carousel. If you have learned graphic design, this is now where you put it into practice. Because I want to show you guys how both the graphics you learn, both the video editing you learn, you can still put it, you, writing can still, writing can still consolidate everything. So do a simple graphics and anyhow you learned it, anyhow you can do it, put in your write-up there. Remember, it must not be long. It might be, it taught me patience, it taught me how to understand my audience, it must not be long. Just look at that your brand story that you wrote and get important lessons from it and just put it as the lesson running your brand has taught you. Oh, in repurposing, you identify the main point or subtopic from that your post, from your brand story. I know that the most thing you find there is what the experiences you have or the lessons you have gotten. So that's what you now use to do to create a carousel. So identify the main point, turn each point into one slide. Lessons I've learned running my brand, one slide. The second slide, it taught me patience. The third slide, it taught me this one. The first slide, it taught me that one. And that is it. So for example, 7 habits of highly productive people. Slide 1, 7 habits of highly productive people. Slide 2, habit 1, wake up early. Slide 3, habit 2, prioritize tasks. Slide 4, habit 3, limit social media. Limit the use of social media. Now for video content, I think our next class is on script writing. This for people who love quick videos. If you love videos, that's your brand story that you you did about. You can turn it to a script. Like you can turn it to a script and use it to create a content. Maybe you put up a video running my brand as a virtual assistant. These are 5 lessons that I've learned. Relating with clients. 1, be on time to deliver your work deliver work to your clients as at when due, this one, that one. You have already started creating a video. You can you can turn it into tweets and LinkedIn posts. And that is all for tonight. Please, let's ask our question. Please, if you have a question, please ask. Away. Jesus. My screen has not been showing all this while. Eh, Please, hey, hey. Sorry, I didn't. Hey, hey. Chineke. So I've been hey, hey. So sorry. I didn't know that my screen is not showing. Hey, where will I start from? Oh, hey. So all this. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. So all this, even the LinkedIn, the blog. Hey, Jesus Christ. Where am I going to start from? So all the LinkedIn posts, the blog posts. What happened? I'm sorry. I didn't know that my phone. Hey, I did not check the message here. Hey, sorry, precious. Ah, what? Where will I start from? Please, I'll just send the documents. I'll send the documents. Hey, I didn't know my screen was not showing. I went from LinkedIn to blog to. And this mic is automatically muted. There's no how someone would have tried to do I had to speak. Please, so sorry. I'm so sorry about that. Hey, what? Hey, when did this thing disconnect? Ah, please, I'll just send the document. No verse, no verse. Please, if you have any question, ask. Oh, I didn't know that my screen was not showing. I'm not the one that you guys should be telling sorry. I should be telling you guys sorry because ah should be hey, and you guys have been here. As well. Please, do you have any question? Or please, do we have any question? Hey, 52 minutes ago. So it was like almost when I started the class that my screen stopped showing. Ah, ah. Hmm. Please, do you have any question? Sorry, well, I'll just send documents so we'll go through it. But let me know if I can show you guys what the blog looked like again. Let me go back. You can see my screen now. Please, can you see my screen now? Okay. Let me go back to what the blog looked like. Uh, okay. This is what a blog look like. So anyone that I now click, I'll see what This is it. Hey, you. So this is what a blog look like. Having a personal, having a website where you share your thoughts and everything. So this is what a blog look like. So this woman, she writes about motherhood. She writes about she writes about life. Oh, YouTube people. Oh, it's true. Let me maybe since I'll move over to YouTube. So that's what I sorry. I always check the comments. Oh, yes, today I say let me have let me check people on YouTube. Ah, well, yeah, people looking for the link. Okay. Nah, YouTube. Where is the link again? Mm. Okay, okay. Okay. It stopped showing when I wanted to do that recording. That means this class my screen was not showing. Sorry. YouTube brethren, sorry. What's the purpose of a blog? The purpose of a blog, there are a lot of purposes for a blog. If you want to have a personal website where you talk about something, or also when you have a blog and your blog has wider reach in the sense that people go, let's say, subscribe, or people go through your blog, Google can carry it. For example, you talk about maybe you have a cooking blog, you talk about how to cook this, how to cook that. If I if your blog, people are flooding it, people are going through it, Google can carry it, in the sense that when I go to Google and ask how to cook this, and you did a blog post about how to do it, your blog will be among those that will pop out. All these write-ups you see on Google are from people's websites, from people's blog. It's not necessarily Google that did the research. They'll just direct you to, they'll share you links. Most of those links are links to people's blogs. So that's the purpose of it. And you can, yes, you can make money from blog. I don't know how to do it, but I know blog gives people money. Blogging gives money. What is the difference between a blogger and a content creator? A content creator, between a blogger and a content creator. I think I'll just say that they are similar. Yes, I'll just say that they are similar. Though that some bloggers are anonymous, but I'll just say they are similar. Uh, hey, YouTube, please, you should not be angry. Oh, I'm sorry. It's not only YouTube, even those on Google Meet, my screen was not showing. I didn't know that when the recording stopped, that my screen also stopped showing. So sorry. I'll just send the document so that we'll go through it. Make una know this. So I went as far as going to LinkedIn, going to Instagram. Hey, sorry. Okay. Okay. Let's call it a night. Please, if you have any other question, yes, I'll send the file. I'll send the file. If you have any other question, send. If we don't, we can now leave the call chat. Sorry for today's inconvenience. I will try to be more culture punch. What's happening? Okay. Oluwase, your laugh never stop. You still dey laugh up till now. You don't. You don't. Please, good night. I have a good night rest. Good night, everyone.